Hello and welcome to Arizona Living Your Life. I'm Kate Longworth. Today we're at Poppy's office in Scottsdale to talk about unique date nights. But before I show you around this hidden hideaway, let's take a look at what's ahead on the show. We visit an impressive art gallery in Scottsdale, and we highlight a Tucson family carrying on the history of a famous restaurant, plus the importance of getting your home plumbing checked out. All that and much more coming your way on Arizona Living. If you're looking for a unique and fun date spot, this is the place to be, Poppy's office, and I'm joined now by the owner, Matt Keeler. Thank you so much for having us out
Thanks
here
for
today.
being here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is an incredible space. So first and foremost, what is Poppy's office?
Well, Poppy's office is inspired after my dad, Paul Keeler. He passed away during COVID. We wanted to kind of honor him and continue his tradition and what he was all about. And the office, his office space was really kind of like a sanctuary. And my kids, his grandchildren, my sister's kids, they always hung out in his office, and he was affectionately known as Poppy by them. So wanted to kind of continue that on and continue his legacy, if you will. You know, he was really kind of well known throughout the community. Not only was it, you know, a hole in our hearts, but also the hole in the community's hearts as well. So wanted a space where people can come and still kind of honor what he was all about, as well as, you know, allowing us to kind of showcase what he was.
And showcasing it, this place is more than just a bar. How do you describe it?
It's an elevated cocktail lounge, but it's also, you know, it's a speakeasy. So you're walking through, you know, you walk through his actual office. So in the office, we have all of his sports memorabilia, you know, a lot of like pictures of him, you know, with sporting people, and just, you know, a lot of like just great moments of what he was all about in the office itself. And then you walk through the bookcase, and then it opens up into this, you know, gorgeous space. And we wanted to kind of keep that office theme as well as the family theme throughout. So there's pictures with him and the family throughout here. You know, you got the big oversized leather booths, you got the desk lamps on the bar here. So kind of continuing on with that office theme. So, you know, but, you know, it's really just kind of an elevated cocktail bar. There's nothing like it up in this area. You know, to go to a speakeasy, you'd have to go downtown or in Old Town Scottsdale, and we want to kind of bring that elevated experience up here as well.
What is it like for you now that you can open your dad's office doors to those outside, to the community?
It's heartwarming. You know, this was a year in process. I kind of came up with it in a dream, and I told my family, my mom and my brother, I go, this is something that we have to do. And they immediately agreed. You know, just in allowing people to come in. Even if you didn't know him, you kind of feel his presence within the room, you know. But a lot of people that do come in here, they say, you know, this is such a great place honoring him and what he was all about.
Yeah, his legacy lives on.
It sure does, it sure does.
And this isn't, like you said, your average bar. You're not just ordering a drink, you're getting an experience. So what type of drinks will you find on your menu?
So we really have, you know, everything for everyone. You know, we've got draft beer, some elevated wines by the glass, but, you know, the real showcase are the cocktails, of course. You know, we do riffs on classics, so they're not, you know, too out of the ordinary, but our mixologists, we have a great team here along with our beverage director, Adam Downey. And, you know, they do use local ingredients for simple syrups and that kind of thing to really kind of showcase, you know, what's going on in the valley as well. So what I've had in front of me is the Silver Fox, which is also named after my dad because of the silver hair and, you know, this distinguished that he brought to the area. But this is a salted espresso old-fashioned with black walnut bitters, so very simple. We do a tableside Poppy cigar where we have a faux cigar, and that's basically just a Scotch Old Fashioned with a cigar experience. So we smoke it tableside, so you get the aromas of the, you know, the cigar in there, which is great. What you have in front of you is the best gosh darn espresso martini. My dad didn't like to swear, so he said gosh darn a lot. So this is definitely one of the best espresso martinis that you can have here in the area.
And you guys also have food on your menu.
We sure do, yeah. So we're doing fromage and charcuterie boards as well as some bruschettas. You know, we kind of wanted just to do some noshing kind of things, not really, you know, upstage the cocktails, but have something, you know, small bites, if you will.
What do you hope people get from their experience here?
I mean, having great elevated cocktails with a great experience. We've got great bartenders here that really, you know the story of my dad. I mean, every day that I walk in this place, it's like, I mean, I get chills sometimes, you know. It's just, And I think our designer did a great job taking what my dream was and kind of putting this together, and it really came out even better than I absolutely expected.
Well, thank you so much for having us out here, and cheers to you and your dad.
Cheers to Poppy.
And if you would like more information on Poppy's office or want to make a reservation, please head to their website. Heading to an art gallery with your significant other is the perfect date night, and Anarchist is a great choice for this. This art gallery is rooted in rich history, and the art has the power to transform any space.
So at Anarchist, we really consider ourselves to be a sanctuary for the community, a place where everybody can come in and just feel welcomed and feel like they're at home. And that's really the role of art and books in a home as well. Like, so when you have your own house that you've bought, it's just a box until you've kind of started to fill it with things that have meaning to you and things that you find beautiful. So our goal really as a company is to help people create sanctuaries in their own homes, so that when they walk in, they get a lot of that same feeling and culture and depth of experience at home that they get to experience here at Anarchist. I'm really fortunate. I was raised by my parents, who both had a real intense love for music and art, travel and adventure. And my dad was probably one of the most well-known bronze sculptors of his day. We just spent a lot of time together. I was constantly playing with clay. I was probably sculpting before I could walk. I'd work my way over to the table and play with the clay. At 14, I'd heard the story of the legend of the Spanish Mustang. And it just really spoke to me, as I was riding horses quite a bit at the time, and I really enjoyed the puzzle of it. And I feel like whether it's running a business or anything in life, what I love is puzzles. And even getting to know somebody, it's like they're a puzzle, and it's working those puzzles out in life, to me, is probably my greatest joy of getting to be an artist and run a business and be part of this community here in Scottsdale is that puzzle. So special places like Anarchist, independent bookstores, art galleries, they only exist with the community's support and help, and only if the community stays engaged and invested in those businesses. And I really hope that people will come to Anarchist and discover it. We've been in business about 7 years, but continuing to grow and continuing to reach more people in the Valley, and join our book clubs and come to our art demonstrations, and even just checking us out online at anarchist.com, so that they can kind of see that not only the event's coming, but be the first one to see new pieces of art and maybe even collect your first piece. And it's so exciting. Like here in the month of January, we have Bette Ridgway. She's an award-winning abstract artist coming to the gallery. We have a live demonstration by Paige Bradley. It's one of the top human form sculptors in the United States. And we even have the traveling exhibit of Dr. Seuss in town for the month, so that people get to see all these kind of different types of art, whether it's for children and you're bringing the kids by to see that, or you're getting to see somebody sculpt live here in the gallery. It's going to be a really amazing month. Make sure you visit our website to get more information about all the different types of events that we have here in the gallery, and to really plug into the side of your community.
Another great date option, especially here in Arizona, to enjoy the beautiful weather and great outdoors, is hiking together. So grab your loved one and hit the trails. In Phoenix alone, there are over 200 trails to explore, from the desert parks to the mountain preserves. But before you lace up those hiking boots, stay tuned for more Arizona living coming your way. Adding a fireplace to your home for comfort, and the importance of plumbing maintenance. Home is where the heart is, and you want it to be in tip-top condition. So if you're hearing gurgling in your pipes, it's time to bring in the pros. The experts at Hideaway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing explain the importance of plumbing maintenance.
Homeowners should be worried about a clogged pipe, if they have standing water in the bathtub, if the drains are making gurgling noises, or slow draining after you're finished using the fixture.
Drain lines in a home are one of those things that people forget about and they never think there's an issue. So we run into clients all the time that I've lived here 10 or 15 years, never had a backup, and all of a sudden it's backed up. Well, that doesn't mean there hasn't been a problem growing, it's just now can't take the flow. So we offer sewer inspections for $100. We can come out and inspect your system, let you know what your system may or may not need. The most common issues with drains is cast iron, cracking, corroding. ABS plastic is subject to bulging, roots. Generally, cast iron, if it contains roots, that means the pipe is cracked because cast iron is a rigid pipe. A lot of times we have to clean that pipe to verify how long that crack is under the scale layer. Roots don't penetrate cast iron, they only seek the moisture if the cast iron is cracked.
Homeowners should get their drains inspected whenever they have issues. The typical camera inspection for a homeowner, we usually follow behind our drain techs. After they're done clearing the drains, we diagnose all the drains, and then we find the main area of concern and run the camera through a proper access. That'll let us see what's going on, why the drain was clogged, and then we can offer solutions.
So we have a lot of methods nowadays that saves the foundation of your home. That's why we're big into the descaling, the jetting, the resleeving, the coating. That preserves a lot of the home. The spray lining system, we generally do that on 2-inch lines, like kitchen, laundry, because access is difficult. We first descale it, hydro clean it, get the pipe clean, then we hook a dryer up to it to make sure there's no residual water in that line. And then we have a machine that runs down there and it sprays with a bristle, and it sprays epoxy on the walls of those pipes. We let that coat cure. We do that process a few times to get a thickness inside of that pipe. The secondary lines, if there is a large crack, a lot of times what we have to do is we run a foam gun in there, we fill the pipe up with foam, and then we sand it out so that way the coating doesn't fall into the cracks.
I've been installing liner since 2007. Since joining Rightway, we've been able to expand our technology. The benefits of the lining are the speed that we can get it done. They usually take 1 to 2 days to install. The warranty, they come with a 50-year warranty, and the mess. We don't have a mess. We're not saw cutting in your house. We do everything from outside and sometimes have to open up small holes in the walls. So the process is very fast.
The descaling, the hydro cleaning, the preparation for a liner install is pretty non-invasive.
Some of those tasks we can complete the same day. Others we have to schedule for a day or two out in order to pull permits and schedule subcontractors. If you have an older home with mature trees and a slow drain, give us a call for a camera inspection.
A throwback date idea is heading to a drive-in movie, and you can even take it up a notch by renting a classic car. It gives you the option to check out the stars on the screen and do a little stargazing. But don't go cruising off anywhere quite yet. We have more from Poppy's office coming your way. The latest in fireplace innovations for your home. And we head to Tucson to visit the oldest Mexican restaurant in the country.
Hi, my name is Dwayne, and we're going to talk to you about our Eco Lumber. The great thing about our Eco Lumber is the guarantee on it is a 25-year guarantee on the frame, which is phenomenal, especially with our Arizona sun. Absolutely destroys everything. With our Eco Lumber, that direct sun in 120, 125 is not going to feel like it's 120, 125. You'll actually be able to touch it. And the great thing about it is, if you know about our Bliss fabric, it's waterproof, dustproof. So with that Eco Lumber, it's just an easy hose. So all you have to do is hose it off and it'll just stay just like that. The great thing about it is I can leave it in the direct sun and it's not going to warm up to that 125. With your dining, your counter height, your love seat, your sofas, your chairs, we have a whole assortment that you can use this Eco Lumber for any area in your home, inside or out. Patio furniture. Find your Bliss at one of our locations or shop online.
The weather outside hardly frightful, but there's a way to make it more delightful by cozying up by the fireplace. The experts at Arizona Fireplaces have the latest in fireplace technology.
So my mom and dad started the company back in 1980, selling fasteners to all the local framers, and we evolved into a fireplace company, and We sell fireplaces, which is kind of what we specialize in. We also do heaters, outdoor heaters. We do some barbecues, we do fire pits. We do everything kind of fire related, even if you have like an indoor fireplace that you want to remodel, or one of those old wood burning fireplaces that you burn wood that you don't want to burn wood in anymore. We could throw a gas log set in there, or some cool contemporary glass fire features. Hi, I'm Keith Richardson, the president of Arizona Fireplaces. We have a full service and installation team, so we specialize in selling and installing fireplaces to the local homeowners, production builders, custom home builders, commercial applications. You know, like I said, our service and install guys, we have full crews, and they are very knowledgeable in everything, which is important when you're dealing with fireplaces in homes or commercial applications. Both these showrooms are designed for the custom home builders and the designers. So to kind of go back in time, my dad has really good relationships with all the builders, being from the fastener business. And so those builder relationships are really important to us. And so to kind of tie in the architects and designers, these showrooms are geared around them. Like all the cutting edge product that's available today, we have in our showrooms. And we spend a lot of time and money making sure that the current products are here. Architects and designers are important to us because those are the guys and gals that are speccing all these cool products into all the projects that they're working on.
Hello, I'm Sean Anderson with Hearth & Home Technologies. I'm the Architect and Design Sales Manager for the Western United States. Some of the great new technologies going on in fireplace include the one behind me, which is the Stellar by Heat & Glow in Light Collection. It's a fireplace that breaks the burner into smaller sections, allowing you to give much more of a robust flame. To get that larger flame, we actually move a lot more air through the fireplace itself, larger amounts of BTUs, meaning the amount of gas going, so we get that fireplace that people expect in high-end luxury, in high-end commercial environments. And at the same time, by all that air moving through, allows the front glass to stay safe to the touch, and again, allows us to put materials around it that we normally would not be able to. The wonderful thing about our industry is there's something to put in every scenario, whether it's a high-end wood burning, high-end gas fireplaces, different levels of fireplaces for different budgets. We have electric fireplaces for those scenarios. Basically, we're able to put the right fireplace in the right home and make sure that there's something for everybody.
Fireplaces and fire is exciting for all the homeowners and the home builders, and everyone wants to be around fire, whether it's a fire pit or a fireplace. It's just something that kind of promotes the togetherness of the family.
Love can stand the test of time, so why limit dates to the evening? Try a day date. It can be as simple as heading to the park for a picnic, or maybe checking out a museum or restaurant. We have more from Poppy's office coming your way after this. We talk to the family behind the nation's oldest Mexican restaurant.
It's what you do. It's how you do it. It's Arizona Living Your Life. Join host Kate Longworth for a show designed to help you live your best Southwest life. Get a closer look at the most enjoyable experiences to be found in Arizona. From great day trips to delicious dining spots, there's no shortage of new adventures awaiting you.
El Charro Cafe in Tucson opened its doors back in 1922. And more than 100 years later, the Flores family is carrying on the family tradition.
My name is Carlota Flores. I am the chef owner of El Charro Restaurants. When I married, we moved to California, and I went to school there, and I had a small catering company. I had 2 little boys right away. After 4 years, my mother called me and told me that she had inherited this restaurant, but my aunt was still alive. She asked my husband and me to come to Tucson because his father was a builder, and we knew that they wanted to sell the property. But when I walked in the door, everything just started clicking in my head, and I said, I'll buy it. I don't want it to go away. I'll stay here. Within 3 months, I was back in Tucson, 2 little boys in a daycare situation, and I was here working. And my husband put together the restaurant with his dad, and we opened up with 5 cents in the register, no kidding. Every morning I would be here at 6 in the morning and work with the cooks, and we would work. We are here now 57 years later, and not only was it a good job for me, I knew though that I needed to hone up my skills, so then I went on to more education and became a certified chef. I think it was in the 60s, late 60s. But at that time, diversity was really important to a lot of groups in town. Everyone was touting diversity. And they realized that they didn't have a lot of Spanish-speaking Hispanic women on boards. At one time, I served on 14 boards. And so I made my time on the board very noticed and very effective. Not only was I on these boards and on honing up my own chef skills, I met great chefs. I met great teachers. I worked with people that I appreciated and learned from. And it just was like I was like a sponge just taking it in. And I loved it because I love food. I really feel that not only did I love food from the presentation, I loved food from the fact of how we could take it and make people go back to taking care of themselves through food. That was important to me. And I did it, and I was very proud of that. It's exciting to be the oldest Mexican restaurant in America, but it's exciting to have a business that has withstood all that America has had to deal with in the last 100 years, or the world in general.
We want to thank the Keeler family and friends for having us out here today at Poppy's office. We had a festive time, and if you're looking for a unique date spot or a place to gather with friends, this speakeasy is the one you want to check out. By paying tribute to their father, the Keeler family has created a great community space for everyone. Just head to their website to make a reservation. And cheers to you for joining us. I'm Kate Longworth. We'll see you next time on Arizona Living Your Life, where we help you live your best life.